Now what? AMC has hit our $4.35 price target, and in today's video we have a lot of stuff to cover, including that price target and where we are going to go from here. I also want to touch on a ton of other things, as well as at the end the overall market, Tesla, crypto, and some other plays. So watch until the end of the video so you guys don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. And all I ask in return, if you find value out of the video or enjoy watching or just want to help me out, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. AMC is currently trading at $4.36, down 4.5% on the day. We had a $4.35 price target. Lottery stocks, where did you pull this price target out of? I haven't been watching your videos. Based on the cycles that we have been tracking, the yellow part of the cycle would be a 36% decline from the top, from the beginning of it, and that was $4.35. We have now hit that. The other case that I said could possibly happen is a wick down to $3.65 to get a bounce off of this overall trend line. This trend line tracks all the way to when AMC IPO'd initially, and it would be $3.65. So I assume at most 2 trading days, a wick down here, maybe a candle down here, and then a bump higher. We don't have to hit that level. It's just a possibility. Now, taking a look at previously what we've been tracking, this would bring AMC to slowly scale higher, up about 23%. On this week, I assume AMC will scale about 23% on the week. Maybe it'll take a little bit longer, and I'm going to explain why in a second, and then come down base and then enter the blue cycle. So we have the blue cycle drawn out a little bit close, but overall, I expect AMC to come up to 525, come back down to 475, and then take off. That is my outlook from this bottom. So from this bottom, depending on how long we last down here, we come up to 525, base at 475, and then moon. And that is what I'm looking at from here. And if this is wrong, I will reevaluate everything. GameStop is at 1424. Down 3.46% on the day. And again, we are about to get into more stuff with AMC and the numbers and everything, so keep watching. GameStop finally entered this demand zone right here, which we really need to see if GameStop is going to hold this zone. It has all the way until $13.50 to hold this zone and break back higher out of it, up above 1460. And GameStop also now has created a new gap. It is a small one, but it created a new gap, gapping down right at $14.74 to $14.65. So about a 9 to 10 cent gap. The only other gap that we have never filled on GameStop is the one very low down to around $3, right? Let's see, between 480 and 455 it looks like. This is the gap from all the way back here. It's a very, very small gap. And overall, GameStop is still stair-stepping. We just need volume to pick up, and I want to talk about the options chain in 1 second. But real quick before I do that, Ethereum Classic is holding up, correlates over to AMC, trading at $26.81, basically sideways on the day, but it is fighting this resistance level, and again, that next level is 45. And AMC is going to soon follow this, right? Any day now, in my opinion, any day now. AMC trend going up in short interest once again, 9.22% short interest according to Ortex. We know it's not that, but we base it off of the trend because Ortex is the somewhat reliable thing that we have to look at, even though we don't trust their data either. So 9.22%. 2.3 million shares available to borrow, 1,000 calls compared to 240,000 calls out of the money. This is the options chain we've been waiting for this week, and I don't like the way it's playing out because there are 102,000 puts expiring in the money as of right now, and then 40 waiting to expire in the money. So they are trying to gamma squeeze this thing to the downside, and that is exactly why I think the 365 wick down is possible. And that can happen at any point this week. So overall, looking for that. It looks like they are trying to hold it up so that we can miss the yearly expiration, which is the expiration this week, January 19th. The option chain is extremely loaded up. GameStop as well, 500 shares available to borrow, which is not really anything. 4,000 calls compared to 38,000 puts expiring in the money. So we are gamma ramping down as well. And then 404,000 calls expiring out of the money. Market makers want this. Market makers want these 400,000 contracts. And then they want AMC's 240,000 contracts, all that premium, right? This is what they are trying to do. So just keep an eye on that as well. Now, Bitpanda is from Europe. Their website confirms they sell AMC as swap contracts, not allocated shares. In theory, the entire AMC float can be replicated infinitely, which we saw something very similar with FTX. Finally, if you come over and you take a look at AMC's tokenized share price, it is currently at $10.38, or that is what it's worth, because if you calculate having 100 shares of AMC and converting it into tokenized stock at FTX, you would have $1,038, which is very odd because AMC is not trading at $10.38. And yes, this is dated today. Robinhood seeks to dispose 7 brokers in short squeeze lawsuit. The time comes around again where everyone is in a crunch and people start throwing each other under the bus. Plaintiffs now argue that Robinhood is stuck with no merits related to deposition except a single deposition of the NSCC, to which plaintiffs originally objected but now consent because Robinhood used up its 10 depositions when it reasonably decided to dispose all 12 putative class representatives in connection with class certification. That would obviously be unfair, Robinhood says, and Robinhood's additional request depositions relate directly to key issues in this case. So yes, this is dated January 8th, 2024. Robinhood is bringing back up the 2021 short squeeze in AMC and GameStop and is seeking to take additional depositions. They filed a motion to leave and take additional depositions at the Florida Southern District Court. They deposed 12 named plaintiffs as well as 5 third-party retail investors who were directly involved in the social media-driven stock frenzy at the center of the case. And now they seek to dispose 14 additional parties, including the NSCC. The list goes on and on. I'm going to link this down below in case you guys do want to read through it. Finally, British pension funds prepare to sell $253 billion in stocks, and they might hold too many Evergrande bonds and need to maintain liquidity. They could potentially have exposure to short positions in AMC and GameStop as well. Moving on, guys, before we get into the S&P 500 and crypto and some additional stuff, get in the Discord. The link is right under the video. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks all day long. We post gains, post losses, and have options trading alerts in there. So it is well worth the coffee a month that you are sacrificing to be in Discord and level up your trading journey. Get in there. The link is right under the video and pinned at the top of comments. Also, guys, 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock for doing absolutely nothing. All you have to do is sign up using my link for Moomoo. It's in the top of the description. And once you open an account and make a deposit of even $1, you will start earning free stocks from there. Not only that, you're earning 5.1% APY, and as of right now, an extra 3% on top of that, so 8.1% for 3 months. And you're getting level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, and just a ton of other benefits. So use my link, open an account, and make a deposit. Finally, money market funds just saw $182 billion of inflows in the last 2 weeks of 2024. This is the biggest 2-week inflow ever recorded to start a year. This brings the total assets held by money markets funds up to a record $6 trillion. Since the Fed began raising rates in March 2022, over $1.5 trillion has gone into money market funds. Now for the trillion-dollar question. Where does all this capital go once the Fed starts cutting rates? Well, the capital may just flow right into the stock market. SPY is trading at 474.67, down 0.42% on the day. Got a nasty double top, which is not what we wanted to see. However, I told you it was going to be choppy and not easy to break above this level, and volume is decreasing on the sell-off. I'm not too worried about the SPY. If we get another red day and volume is decreasing, I would watch for a strong base at 472.70 and then a volume push higher to finally crack that level and break the all-time high at 480. Honestly, I see the SPY breaking higher, and if it doesn't want to as of right now, then either way, coming into March, coming into the first Fed meeting when they cut, right, when they're expected to cut, I expect that to break easy over 480. Tesla up 0.25% on the day, trading at 219.44, fighting heavy resistance. The RSI is extremely oversold. Based on the previous cycle, we really need Tesla to just base and continue to climb slowly from here, coming into early February, and then climb higher more aggressively late February into March for the cycle to actually play out. Now, keep in mind, we do have earnings coming up as well on Tesla, which is going to be the main catalyst. Now, January 24th, we will hear their earnings, and hopefully that will push Tesla stock higher. I am still in all of my positions, all of my shares, all of my call contracts, etc., etc. Bitcoin 43,000 came back down based on this trend line, looking for another push higher. Watch for a strong break over 46k. Want a hold over that with no wick. Riot is looking bearish. Broke back below the 236 on the fib, and this is not what you want to see, especially with high volume. Riot kind of had a head and shoulders on the daily, and now it broke below a crucial level. Like I said up here at the top in this zone, I said, hey, Riot's up in 1880 range. it's over. I think Riot and Mara are done. However, Mara doesn't look as bearish. It did break back below a fib level, but it is in a major demand zone as we speak. And if we can test this and break back out and come back over the macro trend line above $22, then Mara will be back in bullish territory, in my opinion. Just pay attention to the volume. Pay attention to what Mara wants to do, if it wants to base or if it wants to break lower. Fill a gap coming back all the way down to around $13.80. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed your 3-day weekend. Have post notifications on. And also, go watch the video I posted yesterday about the $1.5 million per Bitcoin price target given by Kathy Wood at ARK Invest. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.